No one could have anticipated the way their relationship would unfold or how the stars would align when Shelby had a layover in Dallas 3 days after they met. Shelby's flight landed around 7 p.m. on August 4th, 2017 at Love Field Airport, approximately a mile and a half away from Zan's apartment. Nobody would have expected Zan to go to the airport to meet a stranger, but it was too crazy of a coincidence to say no. Welcome, friends and family, to the celebration of Shelby and Zan joining in marriage. We've gathered today just 10 miles south of downtown Dallas, where these two first met and started a life together. We meet today at Dallas's Trinity River Audubon Center, a retreat away from the noise of the city to take a moment to enjoy the celebration before us.
Shelby, it's difficult to put into words what the last 5.5 years have meant to me, and it's impossible to visualize how could have gone through a single moment of it without you. The day we met in person, I immediately noticed the warmth and light you carried with you. I quickly realized this wasn't a one-time occurrence or some magical first meeting. You're always like this.
When I first met Shelby, it was through a mutual friend who called me and said, hey, there's this girl who's moving to Dallas, and it'd be great if you could show her around, restaurants, whatever. Also, she's moving in with a girl, and I think they've only had one date on a layover at an airport, so if you had like an extra room laying around, she might be there in a few weeks. But I said, sure, got to meet Shelby, and of course we hit it off, and I realized very early on, especially after meeting Zan, that I didn't need to set that room up for Shelby. It was so obvious, and I've heard this from a lot of you all as well, that just early on you could tell that this was a relationship that was going to last. And it's really hard to put into words why I think that is, but all I can think of is when I first went to your apartment, I remember walking in and thinking, this already feels like a family.
Oh, you look beautiful, sweetie. Oh, you look gorgeous. Oh, wow.
The flowers are from Mom's dress.
Wow.
Zan, the simple truth is this. I knew I wanted to marry you the moment I first saw you. You've been my best friend, playmate, confidant, and from time to time, my greatest challenge. Most importantly, you are the love of my life. And because of that simple truth, you make me happier than I could ever imagine, and more loved than I thought possible. You know me better than anyone else in this world, and still somehow you managed to love me for me. You're my truest and one true love. Even now, there is still a part of me that cannot believe that I'm the one who gets to marry you. But another part, the bigger part and better part, does believe. And that belief marks where our future begins and all our doubts fall away. Love replaces doubt with belief. Belief that you can let yourself fall and have faith that someone will be there to catch you. Zan, that someone is you.
Shelby, most days I feel like you're the only thing connecting me to this world. I feel as though I have been entrusted with your life, and while it's not always easy, I know exactly what I need to do with it. My greatest honor in life will be to share you with the world. To keep you locked away from myself will only diminish your gift.
So I just want to say a few things about my amazing girl, Shelby, right here. I have known Shelby her whole life. We grew up on the same street. Shelby has been my best friend since we were babies. And no matter what or where life has thrown us, I think we've always known we could count on each other. Hearing about her from Shelby, and just to see Shelby blossom into this courageous, confident woman, I've been so grateful that Shelby has Zan. And I've loved watching Zan push Shelby to be the best version of herself. And I'm so excited to be a part of their lives as they move on to be wives. Love you both.
But ultimately, Zan is one of the most caring, empathetic listeners I've ever known, and I probably will ever know. She's been there as an adult. There was a hurricane coming to Houston, and I did not know. And Zan called to make sure I had enough, food and drinks. She's called me on my birthday at midnight every year, sends me handwritten cards. She's truly one of the most thoughtful and sweet and kindest people I've ever met, and I probably will ever know. And Shelby, you're so lucky to have her in your life. I love you both so much.
Do you promise to keep yourselves open to each other, to allow the other to see through the windows of your world and into your innermost fears, feelings, secrets, and dreams? Do you promise to love one another in good times and in bad, with all you have to give and all you feel inside, in the only way you know how, completely and forever? Throughout this ceremony, Shelby and Zan have vowed in our presence to be loyal and loving towards each other. They have formalized the existence of the bond between them with words spoken and with the giving and receiving of rings. By the power vested in me by the state of Texas, I now pronounce you married. Shelby and Zan, you may kiss the bride.